Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Clientology Daily Insights. My name is Jeff Bourgeois, and my goal is to share some quick little wins you can implement in your business and hopefully see some results. At Clientology, we are passionate about helping our clients get clients. So that's our tagline: Our clients get clients. And we use our proprietary clientology growth system. It's an 8 week intensive program where we help local businesses, especially local business experts and professionals, the businesses that serve other businesses, we help them get clients. In our 8 week intensive, we will help you create and publish your own authority book. The second step is we help you launch an influential interview series called a podcast. And last but not least, we help you set up your meaningful mastermind where you sit down once a month with your key strategic partners and you find ways to add value to your community. The secret ingredient there is that you're building relationships, authentic relationships in your community. So you can either scan the QR code below or go to the link if you want to learn more. Up to including June 30th, we have a very special relaunch price of $497. July 1st and beyond, the investment returns to $5,000. Now, today I want to talk to you about a little concept I call the river of business. And really, truly, I developed this because it answers a fundamental question: why am I always giving referrals and never getting? And by the way, we believe in giving and receiving. So I'm going to share the river of business. And before you laugh too hard, I was not what you would call an artistic person growing up. I was very logical. I'm very left brain. I am trained as an accountant. Um, so this is drawn by hand, and this is an analogy I want to share. So I'm going to point out a few things. But first and foremost, this little stick person represents us. This is where we are today. So our business, are right in the middle of the ecosystem. And basically, if we're in the business to business space, what we want to reflect on is who is upstream of us and who is downstream. And if we build strategic partnerships that include both up and downstream, everybody wins. So traditional business, and yes, in this analogy, the clients are the fish. We are stewards of the environment, so we're catch and release. We're using barbless hooks. No actual clients will be harmed in this analogy, nor fish, I promise. So, in the river of business, I'm going to explain upstream and downstream, and I'm going to explain what most people do. So, a traditional business with traditional marketing, traditional sales, they throw their baited hook in the river and they say, "This is what I have for bait, take it or leave it." That's traditional marketing. We don't want to be traditional marketing because literally that is, we've shared this before, less than 3% of any given market is looking to buy a solution today for that specific problem. So you're taking it entirely to chance that you have the right hook, the right bait, the right location. Everything has to be perfectly aligned. Literally, it's a miracle if traditional marketing lands. Now they just say do more of it, and therefore, it's a numbers game, et cetera, et cetera. I want to teach you that it's about quality, not quantity. So traditional marketing, we throw the hook in the river. We hope that a fish comes along at the right moment. They're hungry. They have the need for what we solve, and they're willing to buy from us. Now, most people do believe in referrals. They believe in connecting and making introductions. The problem is they tend to focus on who is downstream of them. And for the most part, more clients are going downstream than going back up. So I'll describe and explain downstream and upstream first. So think about this, it's always relative to you. So there are businesses, once you've helped your client solve their specific problem, and I'll give you an example in a second. Once you solve their problem, then they go downstream and someone else solves the next problem for them. It's not always linear, it's not always sequential, but most of the time, when you're done with a client, you can say with relative certainty that the next thing they need is blank, fill in the blank. So anybody who serves your clients after you're done with them is downstream of you. Now, flipping it around, upstream, there are organizations that do things for your ideal dream client before they come to you. Those are upstream. Now, a lot of people say, oh, referrals are one way. I don't get introductions back. I don't get referrals back. It's almost always because we're focusing solely on downstream. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. One's ridiculous, but just bear with me. And the other is a little bit more practical. So the first example is I'm going to say, assume that this arrow here, this little stick person, is a dog walker. So it's a bit of a fanciful thing, but the reality is if I'm a dog walker, um, the businesses downstream of me might be the businesses that clean up yards after dogs, after the winter time, or it might be the groomers, it might be the veterinarians. Think about there's people after I walk the dog, there's people that also interact with the dog owner. Might be local parks, it might be off leash areas. There are things that happen after the dog walker walks the dog. Maybe the dog wants toys, clothing, all of the accessories. Those are in the ecosystem. But here's where the example gets a tiny bit ridiculous. A lot of people struggle to say, well, what's upstream of a dog walker? And I would say the number one most obvious thing to me is the company or the adoption center that provides dog owners with dogs. The requisite thing that has to happen before somebody comes to the dog walker is that they have to have a dog. No dog, no dog walker. So think about who's upstream. This might be the veterinarians. Maybe they've diagnosed that somebody's dog is overweight and needs to be exercised. Maybe the dog is anxious and needs more interaction. There are always businesses upstream of yours. Now, if you are the um, top of the stream, for example, you're the one who provides the dogs to the end users, you still have somebody upstream, somebody who might be doing dog breeding, might be the breeders association, it might be people who represent the dog breed, it might be dog food facilities. There's always somebody upstream of you. Just be creative and think about who do you know that needs to work with your client before they come to you, and then think about who do you need to know that works with your client after. And so in the river of business, the number one thing is building authentic relationships. If you can identify the 5 or 6 people that are upstream, businesses that are upstream of yours, and then 5 or 6 businesses that are downstream, you will always literally, pardon the pun, have a steady stream of clients coming your way. So for example, if a dog breeder has a litter of pups and there's 5 pups in the litter, um, they're going to produce 5 new dog owners or 5 repeat dog owners. Odds are good that they might need your expertise. Maybe there's a dog trainer upstream. So that's the way the river of business works, is build relationships both upstream and downstream. And when they have a need, if you can add, as the steward of the ecosystem, if you can connect everybody in that ecosystem together, you have your favorite upstream partners, your favorite downstream partners, you add enormous value, first and foremost, to your business. Secondly, to your network, because you've connected everybody who serves that space. And third, your clients, the dog owners, win because you've given them resources where they don't need to go looking for a vet. They don't need to go looking for a groomer. Everything is included in your ecosystem. So that's the wild example that I love to share. Now, very, very practical. I work with the business to business space. So as an example, I'm going to start upstream and work my way down. Upstream, first and foremost, if you're dealing with incorporated entities, you've got a paralegal or a law firm, an incorporating entity that helps launch new businesses. Next in the ecosystem, in my experience, once somebody starts a small business, the next thing they do is they go to their bank, open up a business bank account, and then they go get insurance, and then they maybe find a facility or an office or something. They find premises to operate the business out of. And then maybe they start looking for a bookkeeper. And once they've had the books done for a while, then they start to look for an accountant. And ultimately, once they've grown and their business is starting to succeed, then they might be looking for a business coach. And near the end, they might be looking for a business broker to help them realize the value once they've built the business. And again, by being the keeper of the ecosystem, by being that guardian, if you know everybody in the ecosystem, you can add enormous value. Just a little simple thing like a guidebook written for the local industry and helping business owners navigate. And one thing I hear all the time from professionals is, oh, everybody knows this, or oh, they could Google it. Yes, that's true. But what they can't necessarily always find on Google is who do you know, like, and trust that you'd recommend your clients go see. So just by documenting, and we have a process, we call it the Key Strategic Partner Plan, but by documenting your business ecosystem and giving that out as a little handout to your clients, getting the people in your ecosystem to hand it out to their clients, everybody in that community, in that ecosystem wins. So that's why I believe in the river of business. Now, the most important thing is you are the guide. Whoever is the host, your job is to curate and really truly protect your ecosystem. So if somebody is just transactional, they're just looking to take, we want to protect the clients from that person. If you're looking at building authentic relationships, everybody in your ecosystem should have similar beliefs. And the beautiful thing about this is, as a key strategic partner group, you can all benefit, you can all grow your businesses, and you can eliminate a lot of that wasted time, energy, and money that you'd normally spend on traditional marketing. And it's about having, in my opinion, no more than 12 key strategic partners. You all help one another win, and you all help your dream clients win. Thank you. I hope the river of business is very fruitful for you.